In the city of Philadelphia, youth have been portrayed as a problematic part of the city, especially in the media, which includes the local news, newspapers, and articles online.
Temple University students, Philadelphia police held a news conference just a short time ago. They say 5 teenage girls are now.
The city of Philadelphia is saying enough to a cycle of violence driven by crowds of young teenagers using social media to link up, form a mass, and cause chaos.
If you want to act like a butthead, your butt is going to get locked up. And if you want to act like an idiot, move. Move out of this city. We don't want you here anymore.
And you don't hear blunt talk like this often from politicians, but even speaking in his church last Sunday.
No training wheels on this drive-by shooting in Philadelphia. Most people think of this when they think of a drive-by shooting. Well, kids in Philly want in on the action too. Don't tell this boy he's too young for a gun. The shooting occurred April 27th.
And Natasha, right now there is a police manhunt for the alleged shooter in this case. He's just 15 years old, and he's a freshman at a city high school. Police say 15-year-old Jonathon Hamilton pulled the trigger, shooting 51-year-old James Stoneman one time
in the news this morning, 2 teens are shot overnight in the Stenton section of the city. One of them was in a stolen car at the time.
We have been portrayed as troublemakers and people who are lazy, when in truth, not all of the youth are the same and doing negative things. But the percentage that are make headlines in the news. But those youth who do positive things in education, art, sports, and music don't get airtime. So if we don't get the spotlight, let's shine it on ourselves. This is the youth of Philly.
I feel like the media portrays Philly teens or tries to make other people look at Philly teens as just a group of people that make trouble or are full of chaos. And I feel the reason because of this is they pick little events or little incidents that happen every once in a while, and they try to, blow that out of proportion. And sometimes it is like crazy events happening, like when the kids were getting beat up or jumped on Broad Street. But that's not how every Philly teen is, so I feel like they kind of need to know, they need to understand that not every Philly teen is like that.
Like the media, don't really portray like the bright side of the Philadelphia youth. Like they only talk about like the murders that go on, the murderers, and like all the criminals, but they never really shine light on the positive.
Okay, so I don't watch the news, let's be honest here, but I feel like from what I do see, it's not a lot of positive things. Like, all you hear is about kids fighting in, like, the neighborhood and, like, downtown Philly and stuff like that. You don't hear kids going to awards, having their, their photography in an art exhibit. You don't hear things like that. You don't see things like this. Like, you don't see actual teens, I feel like.
I think the media portrays teens, especially South Philly, is like rowdy and reckless. Like they're always trying to flip a brick or sell drugs, you say, or just do dumb stuff around the city. Sometimes, like there are good influences on like children, I guess, around the city, but most of the part, it's like they always try to say something bad about them.
I believe that the Philly media stereotypes us the same way that any other media outlet does. And the media, they tend to portray us as savages, animals, and thugs. And they rarely ever balance it out with the positive things that we do. And that makes people that don't have a knowledge of self believe that that's all we're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying?
My interest in hobbies, I would say fashion, music, and biking, and photography.
I want to be in the music industry. I want to work in promotion, management, and touring and stuff like that.
I'm a singer, songwriter. I love to perform. I love recording music. I'm also interested in graphic designing.
My interest in hobbies, I'm really into fashion. Like I love that. Also with sneakers. I do like a lot of stuff with fashion. I skate also, I skateboard, so they're my big interest hobbies mainly.
I want to help people and like try to change the community and like put my hand in it like anywhere I can.
A music promoter, concert agent, and just stuff like that. And I like editing videos on the side, so.
My goal is to be a professional recording artist and performer, but I'm also interested in psychology, so that's probably what I'm going to major in college.
Well, I'm going to Philadelphia University for fashion, merchandising, and marketing, so that's like my biggest one right now, merchandising, marketing for fashion industries and big companies.
In the future, I'd like to be a designer, not just with clothes, whether I'm designing bikes, cartoon characters, design like a set for a film or a car.
Well, I believe that we're doing it right now by conducting these type of interviews and giving Philly teens a voice. And I believe that if we want to change the way that the media portrays Philly teens negatively, then we must have access to the media.
Not all of us are out there doing stuff like that.
Well, for me, I like to do like customized sneakers and have different events around the city with like, I'm in like a leadership group, so we have different events around the city for like youth teams, and we make like dinners for them, and I make clothes and stuff sometimes too, like this shirt I made, this hoodie. I make some other stuff too. I just help out whenever I can or however I can.
I think doing something like this can be really can be positive for, showing what real Philly teens are like, because not all of us out there are like fighting and in gangs.
Do some like media spotlight on people that's doing negative. How about like find a way to show all the people that's doing positive things around Philadelphia, trying to make a difference in the youth or whatnot.
To improve Philly teens in the media, I would say that I would just have to continue being myself and continue to give off positive vibes as I do now, and just stay true to who I am.